Thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. My name's Rob DaCosta and I am an ex-agency owner and now an agency coach. And I'm a massive cheerleader for agencies being niched. And if you follow me on my podcast or social media or other workshops like this, read my content, you'll know that I'm often talking about the value of niching and how to go about finding your niche. And fundamentally because a niched agency will always be able to charge more than a generalist. And of course, a niche agency can more easily identify who their ideal target customer is. And perhaps most importantly, the ideal customer can pick the agency more easily from a very crowded marketplace, which we're all fundamentally working in. So let's just spend a few moments talking about why is it important to have clarity on your niche. And I think at the moment, more than ever, we need to be really serving our audience. If we don't have clarity on exactly who our audience is, how can we do that? Well, we can't. When you have a clear niche, it means you're producing products and services that you know your audience wants rather than things that you think they need, which is a whole other topic. But, you know, we can make that mistake thinking, I know what my audience wants and needs, and then no one wants to buy it. A niche provider, as I said, will always be able to charge more than a generalist. Let's face it, like if you needed to have a knee operation, you would go to a knee surgeon, you wouldn't go to your GP. And if you had to pay for that, guess which of those two is going to charge you more money? When you have a clear niche, as I said, you can more easily identify exactly who your ideal target customer is, and you can understand their specific needs, challenges, and pains that you can solve. And that means you can create truly differentiating USPs, you know, things that make you really different rather than saying things like, we're an agency that goes the extra mile, or we really care, or we behave with integrity. Those are just cliched, doesn't mean a thing. So you can create really genuine USPs. And when you've done that, you can easily create great engaging content that really hits its home with your ideal target customer. So there's a million reasons why niching is so important. And I could spend a whole workshop just talking about that. But I think people get this intellectually, but then they say, well, okay, how do I actually go about establishing my niche? So if you don't have a clear niche already, then you want to work out the intersection of where you've previously earned the most money, where you get the best results for your clients, and where you really enjoy working. And the intersection of those three areas is going to show you your target niche. So you want to ask yourself, which part of my business is most profitable? What clients are most profitable? What type of customer do we get the best results for, and what kind of work do we most enjoy delivering? Because when we enjoy the work, we do a great job and we get great results for our clients. So what I suggest you do is do some analysis of your old clients, score each of your clients against those three criteria, and then look for the top scoring clients and see what the common theme is. Sometimes the niche is obvious, like for me, being in the agency space, it was very easy for me to work out that I wanted to niche down to work with marketing agencies just like you guys. Now, when we think about niching, everybody tends to think of it by the sector that they work in, you know, or the industry such as finance or tech or whatever. But actually you can cut your niche 4 ways. So you can cut it by geography, by industry, by deliverable, or by problem. So let me just use an example of this. Let's imagine you are a web development company. So if you're cutting it by geography, you might say, we create great websites for businesses in London. And if you're going to cut it by industry or sector, you might say, we create great websites for gaming businesses. And if you're going to focus on the deliverable, you might say, we create great e-commerce WordPress websites. So that's the deliverable of what you do. And if you're positioning yourself by the problem you solve for the clients, you might say something like, we generate new business leads by improving your online presence through web development and SEO services. Now, of course, you might combine these. So I've tried to be a smart ass here, excuse me, and combine all 4 together. And obviously you wouldn't do this. This is a bit of a mouthful, but just to show you how you can combine it. So that would be, we generate new business leads by improving your online presence through e-commerce WordPress websites for gaming businesses in London. So my point here is just to remember that you can cut your niche in a number of ways, not just by the industry that you work in. Now, you might be thinking, yeah, but Rob, I get this, but if I niche, I'm going to lose loads of opportunities. And I really want to encourage you to change your mindset here, because I think quite the opposite is true. I think you're more likely to win ideal clients when it's clear that you specifically serve them. And I think if you're running this belief, like I'll lose business if I focus down, you need to ask yourself how many of these notional clients that you're going to lose are you currently winning? And if you are winning those clients, how difficult are they to serve? Because my experience is when you take on work outside of your niche, it's much harder to do great work for. So my advice is to start niche and broaden out over time. Don't start broad and try and niche down. It's really hard to do that. So I just wanted to share two examples here. So what's the difference between these two? On the left-hand side, we've got H. Samuel, who are jewelers on the high street that sell watches and other things. And on the right-hand side, we've got Cartier, who is a jeweler on the high street who sells watches and things. But who knows whether the quality of Cartier's watches, for example, is 10 or 20 or 100 times the price of the quality of the H. Samuel watch. But the value people place on Cartier brand means people are happy to pay 10 times the price. And so I guess my question to you is, where do you want to fit in? Because Cartier have a really clear niche. They are very clear about their luxury brand. And this is a good example of a niche being able to charge a higher price, and also the value that people are placing on brands regardless of their true worth.